Prepare yourself for List Off, the gaming podcast where your hosts, Brian and Ryan, rank the things they love. 3, 2, 1, List Off!
The universe is held in balance. For good, there is bad. For light, there is dark. And for every beautiful box art, there is also disgusting, grotesque, homely box art. So we are here to discuss the 10 worst video game box arts. How you doing, Brian?
I'm doing great. I thought I was getting a Soul Calibur intro. You know, those intros where they're just describing like the winds of change move forward.
Oh yeah,
ninjas everywhere have to face the challenges.
The best, in my opinion, the best part of the Soul Calibur games,
right?
Like when you do the whole like adventure mode, kind of.
Yeah,
it's really the best part of those games.
So it's a lot. That was reminiscent of that. I like it. How are you doing, Ryan?
I'm doing really, really good. I had a pretty good week. But did you play any games this week?
I did. I feel bad. So I played a little bit more of Guardians, which I like that game. But something else came out that we won't dedicate a lot of time to, but there was a surprise drop for the Halo multiplayer, Halo Infinite multiplayer.
And on a side note, like I think this is the biggest news of the year.
It's pretty big.
Like it's huge for this to happen. It's unheard of.
There are other huge news stories, ones that are happening right now,
and like terrible news stories. I mean, like the biggest like surprise. Let's put it that way this year. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, that's a better way to put it.
Came out of nowhere.
Right. Yeah. Like you are correct. There are more important news stories actively occurring. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one they did it. They launched Halo multiplayer about 3 weeks early, which is I have never really seen that before. Mm-hmm. Yeah, games get like bumped forward sometimes,
right?
But this is huge, and it allows Microsoft to kind of double dip with the force behind Halo right now. They're just dominating, and we will get more into this at a later date. But this is what I played, and I love it. I mean, you and I kind of did the technical previews for the game, and we saw what was coming. We saw that the skeleton was there. But this is fully fleshed out now, and it's only going to get better December 8th when the full campaign and final builds, because this is still a beta for the multiplayer technically. Yeah. But we're in it now. It's Halo time.
It is. So any stories, Spartan?
So
any war stories?
I have some videos that I'll post with this, and maybe on other socials. But I got it wasn't a triple kill, but it was like 3 very quick kills, and 2 of them were no scopes.
Wow.
With a sniper rifle.
Whoa.
And you'll see it in the video, but I didn't even know that they announced it, but the announcer was like, no scope.
Nice.
And did that 2 times in a row, and it was a very proud moment for me.
Yeah.
So
that's great. Yeah. So I have a few clips with the rocket launcher where I got some really like long shots on it, and that just feels so satisfying.
Right.
When you line it up and it's not luck based at all, Brian, even though you have friends who say it's lucky, you know, not naming any names, Brian, but it happens sometimes. And it just feels so good. And then I have another one where I actually did get a triple kill.
Nice.
With the rocket launcher, no less, which like is kind of easy mode. I get it, but it's still a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But man, it's really good. It's what I'm playing. I wanted to start what I said too, with I Feel Bad. So it's funny you started with I Feel Bad because I really like Guardians, but I can't play it. Well, I feel bad, and I feel bad for Forza because I've also been playing more Yakuza Like a Dragon, but what I was doing is playing like 15 to 30 minutes of Forza before getting into Yakuza. Mm-hmm. And now, like, if I play 15 to 30 minutes of anything before getting back into Yakuza, it's Halo Infinite. So that Forza like niche that it found in my life is completely gone now and replaced. Man. Yeah, which is fine. I think I mean, Halo Infinite is just, it's got its hooks in me. It's phenomenal.
So wait, are you playing Yakuza?
Yeah, I'm still playing
instead.
Yakuza.
Okay, so is that the like main game you're playing?
Yeah, like that was the constant. So even when I was playing Forza, that's the main game I was playing. But I do think that as the days have gone on since Infinite's launch, it is now replacing my Yakuza time because it's like, it's pretty much what I played all the last 2 days was Halo Infinite because gosh, it's good. And just having all the maps, like you said, we played in the early play tests, but having all those maps and having all the different game modes, it just keeps you coming back because there's enough variety that, I haven't had a bad experience with any of the game modes yet. You had mentioned that you don't really like strongholds,
right?
Which I could see. Yeah, it's not my favorite, but I still enjoy playing, even though it's definitely, I would agree with that sentiment. It's not my favorite either. But yeah, that's about it, I guess, for what we've been playing, huh?
Yeah, because it's dominated things for me.
Yeah, we don't want to go too in depth about it. We may have a little more coming next week on Halo Infinite and other subjects, but we'll get to that later. For now, I say we just go ahead and get right into our list.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, side note, that might be the fastest that we've ever gone through our what we've been playing section. I don't think I can remember a time where it took like 5 minutes.
Right. Maybe in the beginning we kind of blew through it a little faster, but not in recent memory.
Definitely not in recent memory at all. So cool.
That's why our episode time has been ballooning up a bit.
It is. We're getting past that 90-minute mark. But I mean, hey, I enjoy talking about video games,
Totally. Me too.
So I'll start with my honorable mention, my 11th pick, and it is Virtual Chess 64 for the PlayStation. Kidding. It's for the Nintendo 64. It's actually the 64th entry in the series. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. No, it's for the Nintendo 64. There are a few video game covers that like try to do the whole computer generated imagery and it just fails miserably. This is 100% one of them. If you haven't seen this cover.
I am very aware of this game.
Oh, okay.
I remember seeing it in Blockbuster and looking at the box art and saying, absolutely not.
Exactly. So it's
I like chess.
Yeah, there are some games on my list that like may not be on a typical worst box art list, but they're on mine because like it kept me away from those games.
Right.
And this is one of them. It is just horrendous imagery of two vaguely resembling ladies on the cover. One is huge with a club, or that's actually a fish. The other one seems to be holding maybe a sword, but like you can't really tell what pieces they would be on a chessboard. I mean, if I had to guess, are those the two queens? And then if they are, why is one queen like so grotesque and the other one is like still pretty grotesque?
Michael Jackson, like looking, I don't know.
Right, yeah, kind of, right? Like,
some weird stuff going on
it
there.
is some weird stuff. Yeah, so like the white queen, I guess we could call her, her hand is like red, but it almost makes it look like she just has a really, because it's over a red spot on the chessboard,
right?
So it looks like she just has like these little white fingers where her shirt starts turning red. It's really awkward looking, dude.
It's weird.
Yeah, the font is like 3D Comic Sans, and it has like accolades on the cover for some strange reason that it was the 96 and 97 World Microcomputer Chess Champion, and I don't know if that means the game was or like the person who made the game was. It's not really clear, but man, this is bad stuff, dude.
It's real really bad stuff, and it's only for Nintendo 64 though. So
right, but somehow this got okayed.
Yeah,
somehow people were like, ship it.
Yeah,
like slap that on the box and ship 1 million copies.
Maybe they were going for like, let's make it so bad that it's good.
Yeah, but there's like no other chess pieces in the background either, except for I think that's a rook, if I had to guess.
I have never played this game. I completely avoided it, so I couldn't even tell you it's supposed to look like.
Right, same, but I'm going by like typical chess pieces, right?
Right.
Like rooks are the towers, and that looks like a tower behind them, but like the rest of the chessboard is just bare.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what's happening here. I really don't.
They're in the end game.
But there's ray tracing.
There's something going on.
Yeah, look at those reflections. I know, it's incredible.
Is there lightning in the background too?
Yes.
This is a serious chess match.
The more I'm looking at it, yeah, the lightning really adds to it, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's a good pick.
Thank you.
So, and that's kind of what I wanted to say about my list is, so I definitely looked at other people's kind of like collections of bad game cover art, and I saw some that I've never seen before, and put those on here because they are offensively bad.
Right.
So I'd say I have a mix, probably half and half, of ones that were just really bad, and then ones that were special to me as bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
as particularly bad, like personally bad.
Right.
So yeah, getting to my honorable mention, I'm gonna throw them out there. Mega Man, that box art this was for the NES, is really bad.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I think this is probably one of the most notorious bad box arts, because who is that man? That's not Mega Man. I don't know. I don't get it. It's a man with a gun, so not even a blaster arm.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. He's a Street Fighter character now.
Oh, really?
Well, they put him in like Street Fighter 4. I think they made him a DLC character where it was like Mega Man from the cover of the first Mega Man game.
That's funny.
And he's like this overweight guy with a gun.
Oh, jeez.
In like a yellow jumpsuit. Yeah.
It's just his stance is weird too. He's like leaning and crouching at the same time.
Yeah. Did you see Free Guy? Didn't you send me those when they made the posters with the video game covers? This was one of them.
Yes, it was.
It nailed it.
Yeah, there were a lot of good, just like recreations of video games in those famous covers. Very clever on their part to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one was particularly offensive. It's very colorful, I will say that. True. But just the Mega Man part of it is bad.
What do you think is going on in the background there? Like,
it's a fortress. There's some explosions.
Oh, is there?
Are those?
I don't know. I'm not looking at it right now. Yeah,
okay.
I should pull it up.
Yeah, it looks like something's on fire in the background.
Whoa, okay.
Got some palm trees. It's just jumping on tennis balls. I don't know.
Of course it is. Yeah, it's very odd. And it's like these Nintendo covers, some of them did this very odd thing where like they have the cover, but there's also like it's not like the entire box, right?
There's like a border background of a grid.
Yeah, it's weird. God, this is weird, man.
Who knows what they were going for?
They didn't even get like the forced perspective, right?
No, this is something I could draw and be like, all right.
Actually, yeah. What you drew that got published in Nintendo Power was better than this.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah, for sure.
I would buy a game with the cover art for Sonic Advance that I drew.
I would too. Before I bought this game, 100%. Right? Actually, totally. Like having played Mega Man, maybe I'd feel differently. But but if I hadn't, you'd definitely have a sale on your hands.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good pick, man.
Thank you.
So my number 10 is one I'm sure many people are familiar with. It's Phalanx for the SNES. Are you familiar with this?
Yeah, I've seen it. I'm gonna pull it up while we're here.
This was a game that the box art kept me away because I just like I see this and I'm like, what is this game? Is it like a moonshine making simulator? Right. Like, what is going on here? It's a guy, a bearded, overalled old man on a rocking chair, sitting playing a banjo, and next to him there's just like a keg.
Like, oh, you're right.
Yeah, and then there's this vaguely spaceship thing like in the top right corner of the box, and it is a side-scrolling shooter. It is a space shooter, but I never got to experience it.
It says on the box the hyperspeed shootout in space. If that wasn't on there,
right,
who knows what this game is.
But what about this box art tells you this game would be fun to play?
I mean, if you get to meet that man, that would be cool.
I never played it. For all we know, that could be like a boss. You know how some of those side-scrolling space shooters got really crazy, and like you'd come across the bosses that like took up the whole screen. It's just this old country bumpkin playing a banjo, like do 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 do. Right.
This would be a good Halloween costume. I'm sure someone's done that.
The guy from Phalanx.
The guy from Phalanx.
They just think I'm a creepy old man. Like, oh, I'm the guy from the Phalanx box. Don't you get it? How many people do you think, if you, let's say you go trick-or-treating and you wear this as a Halloween costume and you go to, like, I don't think I've ever gone to this many houses, but let's just say you go to 200 houses. Do you think a single one of them would recognize you?
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
There's no way.
So that would mean, Brian, this is a terrible Halloween costume.
No, but it's a good one because you'd be like, I'm the guy from Phalanx. And then they would be like, what?
Yeah, what's that?
And then you would bring up this obvious box art, and then they would be like, oh, okay, yeah, you are that guy.
I'm the guy from Phalanx, like from the 300, like that thing they do in the 300 with their shields. You're like, no, it's a video game. Yeah. It's actually, it's a boss from Demon Souls.
Oh, jeez. If you went to like a Comic-Con or something, someone there would know. They would be like, look at that.
I don't know, man.
Still no.
It's so vague. It's like not even like it's not anything. They probably think you're from another movie before they thought you were from this box cover, you know?
Man,
like, yeah.
No one's going to recognize it.
Who is this guy? I want to meet him.
I want to meet him. Guaranteed he's definitely alive, right?
I was like, what are you about to say?
This man is in his 80s?
Probably when this was done.
This was done.
Yeah. So. Yeah. That's, well, I mean, he made it. He made it to the cover of Phalanx. So he made
Probably got paid handsomely for this one.
Farther than I've made it. All right.
That's a great pick. I was not super familiar with it, but I saw that come up for sure.
Yeah, it was bad news.
And my number 10 is in that same vein because I was completely unaware, but now I need to play Ninja Golf for the Atari 7800.
Oh, God, I've seen this.
I had never seen this, but we have a ninja holding, is that even a sword that a ninja would typically use? It doesn't look like a katana. I
have a confess. I'm not a ninja, so I'm not.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah,
it doesn't look like a katana. It looks more like a scimitar, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like I'm going off the top of my head,
like
here.
A cutlass almost without without the handle.
I gotta look it up.
Yeah. It's I don't know, because a scimitar would be a little more curved, I feel like.
Well, that's pretty curved, but yeah, you're right. It's like a cutlass.
Right.
Should be Pirate Ninja Golf.
Yes. That would be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
But we've got a ninja holding some sort of sword, and he's got some golf clubs attached to his back.
He does.
And almost what is that? Like a bandolier of golf balls. So
yeah. Look, and he's got tees on his bandolier too.
He does.
On his other shoulder, he's got golf tees. He's got nunchucks hanging out of his little golf bag too. Oh my gosh, this is great, bro.
Someone would get this one if you dressed up as the ninja golf guy.
Probably.
If you just have golf clubs and dressed like a ninja, that's a little better.
Yeah, probably. New. Hey,
I was just gonna say, like, Ryan, did you know that this game is new? Because it says it.
Right, but like, don't you understand how time works? It can't always be new.
Exactly.
You can't print new on the box and make it happen.
You just can't.
Oh, that's great.
You can put Funky Kong mode on there, but you can't just put new.
Yeah, everybody likes a biker, so you know.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ninja Golf.
Yeah, Ninja Golf, man. Good pick. That is some cool font work though for the title.
Yeah, it's very ninja. It's not so much golfy, but it's very ninja.
Yeah. That's a good pick.
Thank you.
So my number 9 is actually a box I discovered on my search, but there was like a running theme that I came across as I was doing some research for this. And I think this just represents the larger theme that I want to address.
Okay.
And it's using like women's anatomy to sell a game. This game is called Occultic 9 for the PS4. I've never heard of it. Most of these games I had never heard of, but it's like an anime looking girl, and it's Also really bad cover wise because it's like not clear that she's even facing you if it wasn't for these like.
Oh my god!
Exactly.
I thought that was her rear end at first.
It looks like she's facing the other direction and turning her head, doesn't it? And like her arm is even the other direction. I don't know what's happening here, but all you got in your face are these big anime boobies, and like it seems like they get to a point where they're like, I don't know how we're gonna sell this game, and I don't know if this game's good. Like I said, I've never played it, but this would actively keep me away from pretty much any game out there.
Oh yeah.
Because it does come across as like, man, how are we going to sell this? Well, I know every gamer has to be male, right? Like, why don't we just put big boobs on it and then it'll sell 1 million copies? And it's like somehow people think this is a good idea and it happens. And I really I hope that all the gamers out there don't buy this stuff. Like, be smarter than that. Don't fall into the anime booby trap.
Yeah.
Because like,
I think you're wrong.
It's a messy cover anyway.
Like, dude, just go to the Steam like top sellers at any one time.
Well, I don't go on
Steam. Is on there.
I don't play on Steam, but I'm not shocked by that.
Yeah.
It just gets to the point where it's like, I don't know. Isn't there more to gaming than this? Right?
Yeah. I mean. I think so. This would not sell the game for me.
No, it does it has the opposite effect, and it kind of just like makes me feel like really bad that people have that idea about like I'm not like a capital G gamer, but I love video games. Like it's my video games are my passion. But like no, seriously, like they've done a lot for me. Like I've reached emotional points in my life because of video games. Like they're so meaningful to me in so many ways. And like, then there's this side of it. And it really just like, it does take away from a lot of that.
Right.
So yeah, these box arts are terrible for other reasons.
Yeah. This is an alarming one.
It's bad.
It's like she's getting choked on them.
But she's, okay. I was about to say, but she's smiling.
Right.
Which is bad, but like it's weird like the way she's angled is weird the thing that really draws my attention out of the whole thing is that really sloppy power line in the background. Like that's
weird.
I feel like they're just gonna get electrocuted.
That's like a massive power line too. Just a bunch of stuff.
Yeah pretty bad stuff there. So
yeah, I couldn't tell you about that one. That's weird.
It is. All right. Moving on.
Yes. Okay. So my number 9, nowhere in the realm that you were just talking about, but Quest 64.
This is a good one.
No, this is a bad one. This is the weird CG stuff going on.
Yeah, I know what it is.
We're just I think the main problem I have with like CG stuff of the past, there's just no texture or detail on any of it.
Right.
Everything's just smooth and like one color. And I mean, I could absolutely make this right now if I had like Maya, like no question.
Wait, why am I making our episode artwork then?
I'm saying I could make this bad artwork. It would not look good.
It looks better than most of the stuff that I put out there.
No way. But yeah, this is a bad one.
I mean, as long as you think the game is good, we're friends.
The game is.
I know it's awful.
The game is real bad. Okay.
It's real bad. No, I actually was like really hyped for this. Because I was like, oh, the Nintendo 64 is getting that like big RPG we've always wanted. Oh, wow. The letdown was real.
See, we know so much now. Like, just look at it. Okay, we got THQ right there.
Right. Boom.
Nope.
Red flag.
I'm out.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh, controller pack. Oh, come on, guys.
Yeah, and it was and like what we know now comes into play because it was delayed and delayed and delayed. And that should have been a sign that like it wasn't heading in the right direction, you know?
So, yeah, I would say I didn't even know about that kind of stuff happening, delays and like what these things actually mean nowadays.
Right.
Because sometimes it's like, okay, we're delaying it because we just need a little more time and like we know what we have.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes delays are like, we have to scrap this whole thing.
We have to find a way to make this game fun to play.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't have that right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I bring it up all the time, but the two Jason Schreier books go into heavy detail on these topics.
So I will say, like, there is an age difference between us. I am a little older, so I didn't have like my ear to the ground or anything. But the reason I know this game was delayed is because I was waiting for it. Like I wanted that big RPG, and it had like I remember thinking it was going to come out, and it was going to, and then it was like a year later, 2 years later. That happened with a lot of Nintendo 64 games, actually.
Right.
And it did come out, and I got to play it, and.
Did you buy it?
No, I didn't buy it. I worked at the video store at the time, but like it's this early moment in my life where I significantly remember like living that disappointment we've had so many times since then. And it was like maybe one of the first times that I had been anticipating a game.
Sure.
And was just so let down when it came out. Man. Yeah.
I felt a huge disappointment too. It was, I mean, it was just a rental, so it wasn't too bad. But when you're a kid and like that's your game for the week or whatever, that's no good.
I know. I hear you. It wasn't quite Weapon Lord levels of disappointment.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I want to ask you what was your method of like games media in say like in 64 times? How did you get your news?
Oh, well, various publications. There was like EGM.
Okay.
What was I don't think Game Informer was out then. Well, not Game Informer. What was the one that GameStop always gave out? I don't think
Game Informer is GameStop.
Yeah, I don't think that was then.
I don't think so either.
But I just remember being like, there was EGM, there was Nintendo Power still. Yeah, and I mean, being a 64 guy, it was Nintendo Power. But I did get other publications as well. I mean, there was a plethora of them at that time. Like I probably couldn't even remember them all.
Right.
But you would go to a store and there'd be like a whole rack dedicated to video game magazines. Yeah.
One that I got into much, much later, like Xbox 360 era, was Edge. I don't know if you're familiar with that magazine.
No.
But it's a UK based one, and it's like a book every time. They have really high quality pages with like almost it's like a very hard stock glossy.
Still being produced?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I considered actually subscribing to it because they do like deep dives on things.
Oh, that's cool.
It's all available digitally now, so like I wouldn't care. Plus it was like way more expensive because it was a UK based one. But yeah, that was one that was like, if I'm gonna get into this, like I'm gonna get the best one.
Yeah.
Nintendo Power was mine.
That's cool. So it does more like not just the latest and greatest games or what's coming. It does like deep dives on like history of games and game development. Oh, that's cool.
Developers and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, that's neat, man.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Yeah, very cool. I'll have to check it out for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. Well, don't be disappointed. My number 8 doesn't have any big anime boobies. My number 8 is Super Bust-A-Move for the PlayStation 2.
That's my number 8 too.
Is it really?
It is.
No way.
This is an offensive.
It's
cover.
So bad. It is so. I don't even understand.
Yeah.
Like
it's just a big baby with sunglasses.
Right.
But with the thing that gets me.
Yeah.
The spit bubble. Ugh.
Yeah, because the game's about popping bubbles. You get it?
Oh, okay. So I didn't. I didn't get it.
I didn't get it either.
I don't really know. I know the game, but this cover did not sell the game to me at all.
Who would have sold the game to? Who?
Someone just looking at it. It's just to grab your attention, I think.
Yeah, and it's like those 90s glasses that people wore that are like alien eyes, kind of, you know?
matrixy.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Like you're about to storm a lobby with a knapsack full of guns or something, right? And he's got like this weird splatter paint on his forehead. It's just like, who desecrated this baby? You know, like, why would you do this? You know how like their parents who dress their babies up as like,
okay.
Oh, you did this?
This is what my son was for his first Halloween. Was the Super Bust a Move baby.
Oh my God.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not saying you're a bad parent. No, I'm kidding. You know I love you, Brian. Yeah, man, I would not do this to my child. What'd you do? Like, you like printed out screenshots of the game and taped them over sunglasses so it looked like it was reflected on them? Is that what you did? I mean, this is offensive. That's the best way to put it. This is just downright offensive box art for sure.
Thanks, Acclaim.
Which, like, also maybe one of those studios that you gotta know.
Wait,
like,
it says, is it Club Acclaim? Is that even like what is that? I don't
see that. I just see Acclaim. I see Acclaim and Taito.
Also, not great for me, but yeah.
Yeah, no, but it's if you do yourself a favor, look this up. Yeah. Pop that baby's bubble.
So I think this one was in those magazines of the past where it was just like, this was the ad too. And it just drove me further away.
I think like what really bothers me is it's probably a cute baby if you just took those glasses off, you know? It's got like little chubby cheeks and like,
we got to find this baby. They've got to, they're an adult now.
They have to be. We if you're the baby from the Super Bust a Move cover, reach out to us at listoffpodcast@gmail.com. We're also on Twitter at listoff_podcast or Instagram at listoffpodcast. And if you're not the baby, just a listener, go ahead and reach out to us anyway. Give us a follow. You know, hang out with us. It's all good. We have a merch store, Brian.
Yes.
Since we're doing this now, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and do it. In the show notes, you'll find links to our merch store. I'm probably going to do like a holiday sale and lower all our prices for a bit. And they might just stay lower. I don't know. You know,
Crazy Ryan's super sale.
Yeah, we'll call it something like that. We'll call it the Saturnalia sale because that was around before Christmas. Look it up.
Okay.
But we do have merch, 5 different designs, I think, unique designs available on all sorts of different types of shirts and goodies. So check it out if you get the chance.
Very good.
It's at Teespring, link in the show notes. There you go. So now I'm on my number 7 because that was both of our number 8s. And my number 7 is Shaq Fu for the Sega Genesis.
Oh, wait, you put this on the wrong list. This is supposed to be on the best.
Oh, stop it right now. Stop it right now. So there are 2 different covers, one for the Snes and one for the Sega Genesis. And while they both suffer from being pretty bad, I would definitely say that the Genesis got the worst box art. It is the most ridiculous face on Shaq. I like Shaq. I think he's a funny dude. Seems like a genuinely good person. But like, let's just all agree that Shaq Fu was a bad idea, and this cover was a worse idea. He's surrounded by like this wee colored yellow aura. It just, not flattering. His gold earring is sparkling really nicely though.
Oh yeah.
But it's just this like sneer kind of on his face, but not an intimidating sneer, just a sneer that looks like, I don't know, like he has a question.
Right.
And it's like, and it's like this, like, like Shaq, not a martial artist, a basketball player. And it's kind of offensive that like, this is what he thinks martial artists do, All
right. Here we go.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question? Exactly. It's bad news. It's bad news, man. At least because of the cool label he has right next to his head, he is an enforcer of justice.
That's right.
That's all we could ever be in life, is an enforcer of justice. So be like Shaq, and this game happens to be 24 meg.
Yeah.
This is just,
Was putting the number of megabytes on something actually a selling point for anyone?
No. So I do think like during the console wars, 16-bit, 32-bit, blah, blah, blah. Like that mattered, that was important to people.
Sure.
But 24 meg, people probably saw that and they're like, what does that mean?
Right.
And I've never heard of Delphine Software.
And you never will again.
Never will again. Never will again. But yeah,
well,
man.
they did make another Shaq Fu, so maybe they had.
I don't know.
They probably did not.
There was a new one recently. Yeah.
It's Electronic Arts, so
right.
I mean, yeah, they're doing it.
Which, like, another one of those red flags. Am I right?
Right.
Yeah. There you go. Shaq.
Well, great pick.
Thanks.
Yeah. So my number 7. This was one that I came across and just had to put on my list. This is American Girl. Julie Finds a Way.
I saw this cover.
This one, another very disturbing one.
It's just really bad.
American Girl, those are those like kind of realistic looking dolls.
Right.
And I don't understand what this game is. Another THQ property here.
Oh no.
So big red flag. But Julie Finds a Way. It's a girl, and she's got this long blonde hair. She's holding some sort of staff.
I don't know what it is.
It looked like a sword at first, but I think it's just a staff. And she's yanking it like she's starting a carousel. And she has a face like she is pulling a sword out of someone's back with immense glee.
Yeah.
That is glee right there. And it just makes me think Julie finds a way. She found a way to kill someone.
She finds a way. No matter how fast you run, Julie always finds a way.
Like, I could imagine just putting blood splatter over her face, and it would still make sense.
The staff looks like a pole with like a PlayStation Eye on the top of it.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? Like, what is that?
I don't know. I want to play this game now, though. That's for sure.
I don't.
You don't want to play it?
I have no desire to play this game whatsoever.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, yeah, for Nintendo DS, if everyone wants to get that.
Yeah. If you don't already have it, yeah, you have a sealed copy. Brian has like 99 left on eBay. Right? Man, good pick. Yeah, that's a bad one. Definitely a bad one. This is another one I came across on my journeys, and I had to include. It's not Julie Finds a Way, but it is Gummy Bears Mini Golf for the Nintendo Wii.
Oh, gosh.
You talk about bad 3D art. So you were kind of alluding to it when you said the Quest 64 artwork. This like CG, early CG. This isn't even early, by the way. This is like the Wii era, so it really should be better than this. But it just comes off as though you're looking at a 2D image.
Oh.
Like everything is on a 2D plane.
Right.
You know, there's no depth there. I mean, if you looked at this cover, tell me what is happening.
Oh, geez.
Tell me what's happening here. There's a castle, right?
There's a castle.
There's a rainbow.
Treasure chest.
With Humpty Dumpty sitting on an open treasure chest. So does Humpty Dumpty weigh nothing? Why is the chest open if he's sitting on it? There's a crab coming out from behind that chest.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's a bear putting, maybe just hitting with a wedge towards a hole with a candy cane coming out, and there's like a frog king by the hole.
Yeah, I know what this is.
Leisurely waiting for his shot is the red bear, but in the background there's a toy soldier with a cannon aimed at the red bear's head. And then there's the gingerbread man.
It's got to be like children's stories, because it's got gingerbread man,
right? Humpty
Dumpty, the frog prince kind of thing,
right?
Yeah, that's what they're going for.
Yes, but why? What?
They have a DS version as well.
Yes,
so probably horrendous.
You have options. If you want to pick this game up. But it's really bad CGI. Is that even a term? Is that the term people would use?
Yeah,
it's computer generated imagery, right? Yeah, it's really bad. And it's not clear. One thing is for sure, you'll be playing golf.
Yes.
And the second thing it tells me is that it'll be tedious because it looks like everything anyone has ever thought of is in your way of getting the ball to the hole.
Oh,
so there you go.
This looks awful.
It is.
The Wii had so much shovelware.
Oh my gosh.
It's unreal.
Yeah, for sure. It was bad.
Storm City Games is the developer, I assume.
I'm going to look them up. Go ahead, talk about yours.
Okay. So that was a great pick. I definitely saw that one.
Yeah, I had to include it after seeing it. I'm like, I can't leave this like off of my list. It's too much.
So here's another one that I found in my search. So my number 6, Russell Grant's Astrology. Did you see this one?
Oh my gosh, I've seen this. First of all, we're not in the UK. So we don't know who. Apparently, Russell Grant is well known in the UK. Right.
Yeah. That was what I came across too. Very, very popular man. And he looks like he's pretty happy about what he's produced here. We just have Russell Grant, presumably, in the center. And he's surrounded by all the different astrological symbols in a circle around him. And he is just so happy that he's making money off of this garbage. People bought this because they're like, yes, this is the worst box art that I've ever seen.
Yes, absolutely. People bought this game. Now, my question for you is how many people who are into astrology bought a DS to get this game, right? Because that happened. That happened. Somebody was like, oh, I love Russell Grant. So I gotta get this DS now and buy this game, right? So Nintendo is probably happy with it. It's really bad.
I don't understand.
I couldn't include this on my list because he just looks so happy.
He does look happy.
And I don't want to ruin that. I don't want to mess with Russell Grant's happiness. He looks like a pleasant fella. I've never heard him speak, but I bet he has the voice of an angel.
You're probably right. We should get Russell Grant on the show.
He probably wouldn't come on. I bet he's probably really famous outside of our circle. Yeah.
Do you think he's aware of this video game?
Yes. They have his image on the front cover, Brian.
He didn't have to come into the studio and take a picture. They could have gotten this anywhere.
But he's probably aware that they put him on the cover.
Yeah. He signed off on this.
Yeah. So you had said the Wii has a bunch of shovelware, right?
Yes.
So it seems like the main creator of this shovelware was in fact no less than the Gummy Bear Mini Golf Storm City Games.
Really?
Yes, check this out. For the Wii, ATV Quad Kings. For the DS, Hands-On Tangrams. For the Wii, Bermuda Triangle, Saving the Coral. DS, System Flaw. DS, Jewel Master Egypt. DS, Photo Frenzy. DS, Tack Heroes, Big Red One. All right, here we go.
They are responsible for this.
I'll stick to the Wii titles. Are you ready? Wii, Chevrolet Camaro, Wild Ride. Wii, Heathcliff, the Fast and the Furriest. I can't make this up. And there's, of course, the gem that is Gummy Bears Mini Golf. There is Beastly, the game. Gummy Bears Magical Medallion. Ram Racing, as in Dodge Ram, not the animal.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, this is all.
You're being very judgmental of this developer, Ryan.
Hold on, I went to just naming the Wii games, right? Yeah. But we are talking about probably 15 to 20 games between the Wii and DS between August 18th of 2009 and September of 2012.
Oh, no.
In a 3-year period, this developer came out with 15 to 20 games, and you're trying to say they're not shovelware. Come on.
It sounds like they're gods who can create video games at an alarming rate.
Right.
I have never played any of them.
They're probably all working at Insomniac right now, putting games. Well, they put out games at an alarming rate. So it's a 1-to-1
in here.
Yeah. We got to get those guys from Storm City Games. They know how to put out games. That's what happened.
You know how Amazon and just every huge corporation are the ones responsible for 70% of pollution and whatnot and climate change. Storm City Games is that for the video game shovelware industry.
Yeah. Did you hear since Jeffrey Bezos went to space, it's changed his perspective and he wants Amazon to be green and use electric cars and blah blah blah. Come on, dude.
I saw that.
Yeah, fine. It's cool that you want to do that, but don't try to tell me you went to space and that changed everything.
That's what you needed to do.
We've been to space. We're list off. We're literally combing the galaxy for horrible game art right now.
That's right.
And we know what it feels like, Jeff.
Exactly. Hey, while we're on the subject, one thing I did do instead of playing video games was I finished that book, Project Hail Mary.
Right on.
I highly recommend it. I hadn't read The Martian, but I had read this book at this point now. I think you would really like it. It's just a good science fiction story.
Yeah. I'm still reading the Hideo Kojima book, and I'm still reading Creative Gene is what it's called. But I'm really deep into Annihilation, that comic book run I was talking about last week.
That's right.
I kind of am at the point where I can't put it down now. So,
Oh wow,
yeah,
that's awesome.
it's good. Like every night as I'm going to bed, that's what I'm reading. So, yeah,
So how do you read that again?
Come on, really? I've said it like 10 times on the podcast.
But like, which device is my question?
Oh, my phone.
Your phone, okay.
Yeah, because right. So you could go panel by panel.
Right. Okay.
You could like double click as you're reading the book in Hoopla, and because it has like a page displayed,
I see.
But if you double click, it then zooms into the panel, and then even still, if there's smaller text, when you swipe, it'll swipe into that text.
Okay.
So it's really easy to read. Yeah.
Do you have like a tablet that you do anything with?
No.
Yeah.
I had a few that I never used,
Sure.
so I just never bought new ones.
That seems like the best way to do these comics. The phone, that sounds like a definitely a good way to do it. But yeah.
Speaking of which, I just got a new phone, but man, I saw that Samsung Fold. It's called.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that thing is like $1,800, but it's pretty cool. So it's actually, when it's folded, it's a functional phone. Like the cover still works like a phone, and then it opens up and it's a tablet. Wild stuff, man.
So what about that Microsoft one? That looks cool because it's got
I don't know this one.
It's basically what do you call it? A Xbox, the xCloud. You can play all the games on there.
Crazy.
Because it's that dual split screen thing that folds, but then the bottom is just like an actual controller that you can play games with.
Wow, so, I don't know this one. Yeah.
Surface Duo is what that one's called.
Oh yeah,
they just did a new one.
Their Surface are like small little computers, basically.
Yeah,
they're cool. Well, anyway, we're here to talk about games. I swear it. And not just Storm City games. We're here to talk about the worst box arts, and my number 5 is Shrek for the Xbox. Because they literally could have used any image from the cinematic masterpiece, and it would have been better than the box art cover. It is this like vaguely castle background, but it's all drenched in purple. And then it's just like the top right quarter of Shrek's face.
Very zoomed in.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like literally they could have put anything. They could have put just the cover from the film, like the poster art on there.
Yeah.
And it would have been better than this. And then it has this little like wooden sign in the background that says all new environments plus new characters designed by Todd McFarlane. Like, Todd McFarlane, get your Spawn out of my Shrek. Like, what is that, dude? Right? When I think Shrek, they need like, let's make a game version of Shrek and have some interesting characters brought in that weren't from the film. It's a good idea. But should they be designed by Todd McFarlane? Right? Do you think that really goes with the aesthetic of Shrek? Like, look, I love Todd McFarlane. Super talented. Love Spawn, love the comics he's put out, love his work with Spider-Man, but like I don't think I want him working on Shrek. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's dude, really just awkward. I love Shrek.
This was a launch game for the Xbox.
Yeah,
November 15th. That's insane.
There you go. You know what people aren't celebrating the 20th anniversary of? The Shrek game, okay? It tells you everything you need to know. There's no Shrek Infinite like shadow dropping this week, right? So like shows you where we're at here.
There's a question. Which has made more money, the Halo universe or the Shrek universe? I feel like Shrek might be.
Oh, I think it's Halo.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's Halo. Between the books and like, I mean, are you counting like red versus blue?
That's not, I'm talking official, like where Microsoft gets the money for it kind of thing.
Oh, I think it's Halo.
Okay, well, Shrek is part of like, isn't it Universal Studios? They have Shrek stuff. I feel like there's a lot of, I don't know.
I think
we'll find out.
It's probably close. It's probably closer than we think. Yeah. But yeah, Shrek for the Xbox, man. Yeah. Not worthy.
Bad.
That was a Mike Myers joke.
Bad.
Yeah, real bad.
All right, well, my number 5. This is a curveball at you here.
Okay.
Resident Evil Revelations.
Okay, yeah, this is a good one. Didn't we have this come up in another episode?
We did. So of course it's supposed to be Revelations, but some numbskull mistyped when they were putting it on the spine of the Nintendo 3DS box, and they just printed it on there, and there are actual copies of Resident Evil Revelations, if that's how we want to say it.
Yeah, I remember
out there
looking this up, and I was like, man, I wish I had picked one up because it's probably worth something. It's not.
It's not worth anything.
I don't even remember what episode it came up on, but it's not worth anything.
Yeah. So I mean, this is the first run, so they made a lot of these for the 3DS. And the box art also isn't that great. Like, no, taking that into out of account.
It's just like an eyeball and a man in like a porthole, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't really tell me much.
But it is a Resident Evil game, so what do you need it to tell you?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. No, it's a good pick, man. I mean, that's really a bad look for like a AAA developer.
Real bad.
Yeah, real bad.
Did you know in Harvest Moon for the N64, what was that? Natsume is who? Natsume. They misspelled their own name in the title screen of Harvest Moon. Oh, and they couldn't fix it because it's on the card.
Right. Yeah, you can't send updates over the internet. Yep. Yeah. Oh my gosh, can't patch that. Yeah. Oh man, wild. That's pretty
mistake. Good. Horrible mistake.
So good pick, definitely. My number 4 is going to be quite a revelation. It is. Have you ever played the game MDK?
I am aware of it. Is that the dog thing?
Yeah, like, so that was I think MDK2 was the Robo Dog on the cover. But I'm just gonna say, yeah, you could also pick any cover for any system of this game came out on, and even throw in MDK2. This game got a lot of hype when it came out. Like people loved it, and I always was like, man, I really should play that MDK game, but like I just couldn't bring myself to do it because the cover looked so stupid. Like I have to play as this thing,
right?
Like first of all, what even is this? It looked like a rip off of Alien, but not even as cool. Does he shoot out of his face or does he like shoot out of his arm? It's not really clear. I mean, really, there's another one where he's like laying on the letters MDK, and it's like he's supposed to be posing like sexy. Like, is that like a sexy thing? I don't know what that is. And then MDK2, just like, really bad looking, it's like odd, awkward drawings of the things in a weird pose with no ground or background. But to go back to the original, like it looked like it was trying to be cool, but failing in almost every way. And like, I was watching some of it after I picked this box cover and looking back, like, man, this actually for 97, this game looked super cool. I feel like I missed out on like an experience because of this, but like, I just couldn't play it. Like, look at this thing. What is it? What's going on here? I don't know.
Not appealing.
And I get a lot of people would not think this is bad box art. It's not as bad as some of the worst out there, but it's one of those that just kept me from buying the game. It was bad enough that I lacked all interest despite the hype. And like, that sucks,
Right.
Yeah. You took that away from me, box art. You took that away from me.
MDK2 developed by BioWare.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's probably where the hype came from on that one, at least.
Yeah. I mean, hey, maybe this was like their start of like being great. You know? Yeah. But I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, the MDK2 is the one that I remember seeing and being really turned off.
Yeah.
The Dreamcast version.
Right. It's just like the dog.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's like there's just no background, no ground. They're just kind of like floating. It's bad. It's bad. Oof. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Good pick. That is awful.
Yeah. Okay, good. I'm glad you agree. Like some people might not.
Nope.
There's a lot worse out there.
Speaking of worse, this is one that I've mentioned, but it is Eco for the PlayStation 2. Yeah. I do not like this.
Is this the US version?
The US version, yeah. Because the Japanese version's fine.
It's fine.
People tend to like that one. But this is a victim of us in the US needing our big characters and not much else. But it's kind of like CGI, like we've been talking about, but not improved in any way, despite when this game came out. We've got some lady in the background that's just like floating, and everything about it is no good, especially when you compare it to the Japanese box art,
right,
which is tons better. So
I agree. This is a pretty bad one. There's like a weird fade in it too. I don't have it up here, right? But isn't there like a weird fade to where he is and like what's else is pictured on there or something? It's
yeah. Well, the lady is kind of fading from the background in.
Yeah.
So
weird.
Not good.
No, not good at all. Good pick though. It is a good pick though.
Yeah.
So my number 3, this is where it really gets good here. I will say mine are in no particular order, but these top 3 were probably the worst.
Sure.
And my number 3 is Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo for DOS.
Okay.
Yeah. So like you probably should make the characters look like the characters in the game. And Akuma just looks like this horrible mess of a human. Like his neck and face are weird proportions. His face juts out like 3 feet from his neck. And then you have like what's his name? T-Hawk, I think, right, is the guy's name in the foreground. And he's like punching up, but then it looks like he has 3 arms and 2 of them are green until you realize like it's Blanca's legs kicking down at him.
Oh, wow.
And then Chun-Li's kicking with Blanca, but she's like literally the size of his abdomen and maybe no bigger than T-Hawk's arm. And then Cammy's just awkwardly like squatting in the background. There's
she just let one out.
It looks like it, man.
Explosive too.
Yeah. And then there's like, right, exactly. There's like flames coming out from behind Cammy. And then, but like, there's this, like, of course, lightning, right? Like, we've covered this. Lightning makes for an epic game cover. And then, like, clear skies with the lightning. It's an odd mix, man. I don't know where to.
What's the guy's name in the middle? That's the biggest character.
I think that's T-Hawk. Are you talking about the biggest character?
The biggest character.
That's Akuma.
Akuma
with the beads.
He looks like
That's
looks like a 3rd grader drew him
right
on here. Mean, that neck.
It's bad, and like where his face is from his neck, and like its hair looks like it's like his skin just does that.
Right.
Like it looks like he's like an alien whose flesh turns red and looks vaguely like hair as it comes off of his head. Right.
Also, that is clearly a photograph of a street that they superimposed
with like buildings in the background too.
Yeah, that's a real location on the planet Earth. I guarantee it.
I bet. Probably. I don't know where.
No.
But it would suck to be on this cover. I mean, it's like really bad because this is something that like fans draw a lot of Street Fighter art, you know?
Yeah.
Like I've tried drawing Street Fighter characters. If I had any talent, I could probably say they were better than this, but I don't have talent, and they weren't. However, mine did not get printed on a box that shipped like copies to people to purchase. And somehow this did. This
is bad.
It is bad.
I've never seen this one.
So like if Chun-Li's that small, right? That she can be assumed to be in the background.
It looks like she's in the way background.
So who's she kicking?
She's just practicing kicking.
And look at how the lines are coming off of her feet. Is she going backwards?
Yeah, looks
is
like
she
flying? Jet booting away.
Right, exactly. Same with Blanca.
Yeah.
And it really, like, the first time I saw it, I'm like, oh, why does he have 3 arms? I don't remember that being moved. Like, I thought that was E. Honda's move. And then it's like, oh, wait, no, those are Blanca's legs.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
This one's pretty bad.
Yeah. It's like
other versions of this are good, right?
Yes,
like this
I believe. Yeah, it has some good covers for sure, and that's why this is just makes it that much worse.
Way to go, Game Tech.
Yeah, right. So let's just say, what if the DOS version was like the best version, but you had to deal with the worst cover?
Oh no!
Wouldn't that be terrible? You'd be like, bad. I got the best version of the game, and all your friends would be like, but look at that box art,
right?
Dude. Like you got to live with that, pal.
Exactly.
Yeah. Bad news. Yeah.
I don't like that.
No, it's pretty bad.
All right. Well, yeah, my number 3. I think we're getting into the ones that are real bad for me too. Yeah. So this one might be a surprise, but I'm going for this. Did not make me want to play the game. I think it did not do anything for me. It's just kind of there. and that is the orange box.
Oh yeah.
This one, it's so plain. This was a game that I didn't know anything but Half-Life at this point in my life. I didn't know what Team Fortress was. I didn't know what Portal was. And, people were excited about this game. And I kind of just looked at it and said, like, all right. I mean, I don't know any of these games. You're telling me wasn't it like 5 games or?
There were quite a few.
Yeah. If you count all the episodes of Half-Life and stuff. But yeah, it's just a very plain, and even the name, like the orange box, like I get what they're going for. It makes sense to I'm sure, like Valve aficionados and diehard fans and whatnot. But this one did not make me anywhere interested in the game whatsoever. No. Like if I saw this, I'd be like, oh, someone put like a bunch of crappy games together.
Right. Like shovelware all in one place.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. That's what it looks like to me. Yeah. But then, you hear about, no, these are actual masterpieces, then changes the whole scenario.
Right. But it did come across as though like they must not have been able to sell these games, so they put them all together.
Exactly. That was my first thought. Yeah.
Right. So no, it's a good pick, man. It's a good pick. So if you're able to, and listeners as well, if you're at a good point where you could do something like this, can everybody just please go ahead and type into Google? Oh yeah, slow clap. No,
I thought you were gonna say clap. Okay,
just type
everyone around the world.
Okay. No, right. So type into Google Pac-Man Atari 400. Go ahead and do that for me. Pac-Man Atari 400.
400. Okay.
Yeah, and then take a look at this beauty of box art.
Oh,
that's Pac-Man, guys. Oh, that's what Pac-Man looks like.
He's got a body.
It's the weirdest thing, dude, isn't it? Oh my goodness. So like,
wow.
He's got buck teeth.
Yeah.
And those are like floating cookies he's eating. And the ghosts want him. Look at the ghost guy. Hands, they like licking their lips. Like, look at how awkward Pac-Man is. He looks like he looks like somebody out of man, what was that movie?
We're Back.
No. Wait, with the dinosaur story? Is that what it was? Why would you think of that movie?
He looks like the kid from We're Back. He had like similar teeth, I think. I don't know.
Oh man. No. What's the Matthew McConaughey? All right. You know what
Interstellar.
I'm talking about. Oh my gosh, Brian, you're doing this again. You know what it is.
No, I really
you're doing the Gandalf quote all over again. Stop it. Oh, the listeners are going to kill me. Dazed and Confused. So he looks like he's dressed like somebody at a Dazed and Confused with like his knee-high socks and like his Chuck Taylor shoes and his like short shorts with his tank top. He's dressed like a 70s high schooler, and he's just like, it's just so awkward, dude. He's like running. It's either the best box art or the worst. I can't decide. Like, let's be real.
Pretty good.
It's like, in a million years, say you did nothing but played Pac-Man for a year straight. Would you ever in your head imagine that this is what the thing you're playing as looks like?
I mean, this is better than what I can imagine.
So really? Maybe it's good box art. I don't know. But man, this is like, it's weird stuff, dude.
Yeah.
It's weird stuff. Somebody played that game, or somebody was like presented with the concept of Pac-Man, and they were told to visualize it, and they came up with this. Now, the quality of the artwork is there. This is top notch. Like, this is better than a lot that we've seen. But like, maybe it should have been on my best box arts, but I didn't know about it till this week. And like, I had to tell people about this. I had to find a way to bring this to people's attention, that this exists.
I had never seen this myself.
It's incredible. It's incredible. And I can't tell if it's incredible because it's like, holy crap, that's bad. Or like, holy crap, that's really imaginative.
Well, when I typed that in, also, I guess there's an instruction manual, same art. It's just like a bunch of Pac-Man people
sitting around the table, right?
Yeah.
Right. Wild.
They're making a strategy around how to get around the maze.
Wild. I love it.
That's crazy.
It's
I've
great.
Never seen this.
It's beautiful. I mean, it's beautifully grotesque, just like I said in the intro.
Right?
That's what it is. Yeah, man. Pretty good stuff.
I mean, I guess Pac-Man, more recent iterations, he has a body because he has arms and legs.
He has arms and legs.
Yeah.
He doesn't really have a body.
Thinking of like the Super Smash Brothers Pac-Man.
Right.
So.
Which like this, could you imagine if this was the Super Smash Brothers Pac-Man?
Oh, jeez.
Holy smokes. That'd be cool, crazy.
That would be a very big throwback for them.
Right? Yeah. So there you go. That's my number 2.
Good job.
Thanks.
Well, my number 2, I didn't think you were going to put this on your list, but you did. And that is Virtual Chess 64. This is one that I saw in Blockbuster again and said, no way.
Yeah.
I did not like what I was looking at when this game popped into my view.
Yeah.
And never wanted to play it as a result. So I kind of want to go back in time and hold this box in my hands and really examine it so we can maybe answer the questions that we've asked ourselves here. But yeah, this is a bad one.
Do you think this is worth money now?
This, if you had a sealed copy of Virtual Chess 64, it would absolutely be worth something.
I bet you're right. You're right.
Yeah. And 64 games hold their value pretty well, especially if it's sealed. I don't think I'm going to go out $60. 160 for sealed?
Sealed.
Why on earth would someone keep a sealed version of this game?
Why would you ever open it?
I guess that's the better question.
Why would you ever want to play this?
Oh,
yeah, there you go.
This is real bad.
If it's loose, it's like super cheap.
Yeah, totally.
As most N64 games are. Lots of them are, I should say.
Man.
It's a good
all
pick.
I got.
It's a good pick. Well, with that note, we're going to go ahead and move into our number ones and wrap up. All right, Brian. This game series actually came up last week. Or no, 2 weeks ago when we were doing best box art. And I didn't know at the time that it was going to be on my worst box art. But it is.
Whose list was it on?
It wasn't on anybody's list. Okay. It was discussed.
Just came up.
Came up organically. And it is with much dismay that I say my number 1 is Gex Deep Cover Gecko.
Oh no!
For the PlayStation, and it's the PAL version.
Okay, let me look this up.
Yeah, Gex Deep Cover Gecko for the PlayStation, PAL version specifically. They're all bad. They all kind of use the same image, but the PAL version is just so much worse because it has like this weird kind of like fuzzy rainbow background.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's really bad. So, I mean, I guess it's trying to riff on Austin Powers. I'm guessing, right?
That's it.
But Gex looks like he's literally 14 feet tall. Because there is no background, there is no floor, there is no real tell that he is standing very far ahead of the lady posing next to him, who like, maybe they're trying to. No offense to this woman, but like, look, she's a pretty lady. But like, is she gonna sell this game to you? Like, why is she even on the cover? And it's no offense to her, but like, why is she here? What is she doing?
It's because of Austin Powers, absolutely.
But it's terrible. It makes me like Austin Powers less.
Oh no!
And I really like Austin Powers.
Yeah.
But like, you know, there were cool parts of these Gex games, and it was when he was riffing on those movies and TV shows that it was at its best, in my opinion. Probably annoying by today's standards. Like if I went and revisited it, all jokes aside, it's probably a little bit too much. But at the time, I thought it was hilarious. This doesn't even look like it would have anything to offer on like a comedy side of things. And this is by Crystal Dynamics. Like who, of course, we're thinking Avengers.
The Avengers.
Right, we're thinking Avengers when I say that, but we know they're a talented studio, right? Yeah. Man, this is just really, really bad. From one of the best video game series of all times.
Man.
And it delivered this mess. And I would not want to play it. And I like Gex. I like Gex. Yeah, it's bad.
See, this is I feel vindicated again. This is what I imagine. Garbage.
Does Gex, I don't remember Gex having like purple eyelids too. It kind of looks like he got punched.
Yeah,
or something,
that's what I was thinking.
Like it's weird. It's odd. He's wearing like the shirt from Seinfeld, like the ruffle shirt.
Right.
It's just like, what's happening here?
He's got purple eyelids in all of these.
I feel bad for this lady. She probably thought, like, look, you're going to be on the cover of a video game. It's going to be spy-like. It's going to be great. Who am I going to be posing with? Well, it's going to be like this really like cool computer imagery. He's going to look real suave. And then you end up with this. Like, this is what you have. And the worst part is, like, you know, now we have all this technology where you could literally go to a website, have an image done, and do background remover, and boom, you're done. Your whole entire background's gone. It doesn't look like somebody literally used the scissor tool and paint to cut around you, because that's what it looks like. She has like a white border all the way around her. It looks like somebody like zoomed in and like tried to draw a line cutting around this lady. Like you can see, because like the crease of her elbow has more white around it than like her arm. So like they couldn't quite get in that crease. It's bad. This is bad. The hair was tricky too. You could tell they had a hard time cutting out the hair,
as it usually is.
Yeah, this is bad news, man.
Okay, so is this cover worse than the N64 version, which is Gex like on a wrestling ring?
Oh, when he's posing like Stone Cold Steve Austin? Yeah. That's a great one, actually. Okay. Yeah, that's a good one, dude. Because, like, come on, the Attitude Era of the WWF at the time, like that's gold. So yeah, it's much worse than that. Okay. Like you could tell they're and those were popular games on the Nintendo 64. So it's almost genius to make that cover variant for the Nintendo 64.
Totally.
Right? So yes, this is way worse.
They knew what they were doing.
They did, and it's good. That is good.
So
it even says Gex 316, which is what like Stone Cold Steve Austin wore. Was it John 316? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it's a Bible verse. Yeah. But like, I don't know it. Sorry, guys.
Nope.
Yeah. So there you go.
While I've pulled this up, I have stumbled upon the gex.fandom.com wiki. And if you
just don't look at who the moderator of that is.
No,
I'm kidding.
Okay. Yeah, right. So one really cool thing about this is they change your mouse cursor to like his hand.
Oh, dude!
When you go to the website, that's
Come
great.
On, let's go.
That's
guys.
so Gex.
That's next level. Next level. You're right. That is the type of attention to detail you only get from a Gex game.
Oh, jeez.
What is that?
Wait. It's Agent Extra. That's who it is.
Of course it is.
I have the name. Do you want to know the name of that woman?
Yes.
Marlise Andrada.
Is that her real name?
That's her. Agent Extra is portrayed by Marlise Andrada. Marliece.
Where'd you find this? Like
on the Gex wiki.
Go to games. Oh, this is deep lore. Wow, I like this.
Under Gex 3 Deep Cover Gecko, popular pages, Agent Extra, Marlise Andrada.
This is so good.
There she is.
I am going to be here all night.
Birthday, August 22nd, 1972.
Dude, don't give out her social. What are you doing? You can't like dox this lady on our podcast. Calm down, Brian. Give it her real name, her birthday. How is this on the internet?
It's on the internet.
Now? It should not be there.
She's American.
Somebody contact this wiki, man. Tell them. Jeez, that is a bad move on their part. She's American.
She's a celebrity.
She's an American?
She's an American. Yeah, I would have assumed UK for what they were going for, but
yeah, I just wouldn't have assumed American. Yeah, would not have assumed.
All of the information on Google comes from the Gex wiki.
Wait, you just Googled this lady now? Come on, Brian. This is getting dangerously close to stalking. All right, you should really move on to your number one.
Literally, all of the information, her about page, is sourced from the Gex wiki.
Nobody knows what happened to Elise Andrada after the Gex cover. It's like that like what is that documentary, True Hollywood Story.
Oh yeah.
The story of Elise Andrada and the Gex 3 cover.
I feel like this was way better than I imagined it could be for number one.
Well, thank you.
That's awesome.
Man. Yeah, I thought it wasn't going to deliver, but here we are.
We found her.
I'm gonna like tweet at her. Want to come on our show? We talk about you. Anyway,
just don't listen to our previous episode.
Yeah, right. Please don't.
All right. Well, let's get to my number one. My number one is a game called 10 out of 10.
Would play again?
No,
Sorry.
that's
Right,
well, so I'm referencing just the biggest text on this video game. It says 10 out of 10.
Oh, this is Batman.
Yeah,
This is Batman. Yeah, it's gotta
Batman's
be.
on there. He's wiping some snot, some red snot that I guess is coming out of his nose. But yeah, this is bad. So Batman Arkham City's Game of the Year edition.
Right.
I remember seeing this and thinking, what on earth are they doing? And
especially because the original cover is really cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah.
But this one, they opted for the white and red for everything, and it's just all the accolades. But all of the accolades are the biggest text on here. You have to like squint to see the name of the game.
Yeah, I didn't mean to steal your.
No.
Yeah,
it's everything. We got our bonus content, Game of the Year. It's 3D, Rocksteady, just everything.
The biggest question I have looking at this is it 10 out of 10 or is it 5 out of 5? Is
Those
that like
equal numerically?
Here's the title of this game: 10 out of 10. Subtitle: 5 out of 5.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's equal. It works.
This is bad. This is really bad.
Yeah. I did not buy this one because I was too upset when I saw it.
Yeah.
I really don't like this one.
It's really rough. Man. Harley Quinn's Revenge. Internet connection required.
Just why? Who thought this was good?
What does that mean? 3D compatible game.
So it was 3D. You could, if you had a 3D capable TV, then you could play it in 3D.
Oh, that's cool.
I could play this game on my PlayStation monitor.
How novel.
And see it in 3D. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. I actually played through a decent chunk of Uncharted 3 with the 3D glasses on. It was pretty cool.
I bet that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Did you get a headache from it or anything?
No. It's like looking at a 3DS.
Yeah. Boy, look at this. So 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5, 2 5 out of 5s, which actually is 10 out of 10 all over again, right? Like this one says one of the greatest games ever made, period. G4TV.com, which recently made a comeback.
Wow.
Did you know G4TV's back?
I did, yes.
Yeah.
And they gave this game a 5 out of
5. Yeah. I'm Adam Sessler.
Yep.
This has been X-Play.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Adam Sessler. Yeah. It makes me feel old.
Oh, geez, man. It makes me feel real old.
Yeah, same. I haven't watched much of it since it's been back, but I do watch. Sometimes I watch Adam Sessler's reviews of games. Yeah. Actually, yeah, he still does a good job.
I agree.
Yeah, he writes really well.
Well, he was involved with what was it, Friday the 13th video game?
Was he?
Yeah. He has some connection there. I forget what exactly it was, but he's been still doing stuff.
That's cool. That's good. Yeah.
Did they get Morgan Webb back? Is she doing anything?
I don't know. I know they did that with Ron Funches. Actually, they did that the anniversary, like the 10-year, 15 years, so whatever it was, anniversary 10-year, I guess it might have been. And they did like a Thanksgiving dinner kind of thing. This was like a year or two ago, Ron Funches hosted it, and it was funny. And she was there for that. I actually had Olivia Munn there for that too, which surprised me. Yeah, because she's like, she's big time now, right?
Right.
Bigger at least, but yeah. I really always liked Kevin Pereira. Right?
Yeah,
funny dude. It was good stuff. G4 was good stuff, man.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. 5 out of 5, a must own. Game of the year from Metacritic.
Yeah.
Does Metacritic do their own reviews though?
No, it must be
like an award, maybe at the very bottom right. Game of the year, Metacritic.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but they're a compiler of reviews,
right?
From my understanding, yeah,
exactly.
It is disappointing because the original was so good with just the black and the red, so good.
Mm-hmm.
Man, what a shame!
Oh well.
Do you have anything else to say about it?
Yeah, that was it.
Well, that's good. This was fun. This was fun. Yeah. I thought this would be like a little bit derivative after doing the best box arts. I wasn't, sometimes we go in, this was my idea for a list. So, for me to say it, I'm only insulting myself, but sometimes I'm like excited about the list we're going to make.
Yeah.
This was one of those lists that I was like, I wonder how good the episode will turn out in actual, like how much am I going to have to say other than like, this looks bad.
Right. Turns out it's a masterpiece.
This was great. We
found the woman on the Gex cover.
Right. It's all
that made it all
out.
worthwhile.
Yeah, for sure. But like, no, this was a lot of fun. I feel like we got to talk about games we never talk about on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Except for your number one, of course. But and Gex, I guess.
Right.
But yeah, man, I'm really happy. Yeah, good times, man.
Yeah.
I laughed the whole time through, and I hope you did too, listeners. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
You guys are super amazing.
I do want to mention this will be another one where in the YouTube video I'll have all of these box arts, so you can follow along and just look at the beauty that did not make it.
Yeah, I have to say, I skimmed through your best box arts. Real clutch putting those box arts on there. It's so cool to hear us like talking about them and see them. And I would highly I mean, obviously, like I'm part of the show, but I do hope you go and check it out. Yeah. And if you are new to the show, like, hey, we got a pretty hefty back catalog. If you want to go through that, start by like maybe the 10th episode in. You could listen to the early ones, but temper your expectations. The audio is utter trash.
Yeah.
Like trashier than the trashiest box cover on our list.
Oh no.
It's bad. But hey, we were just starting out.
Yeah.
We just did it. We just went for it. Yeah, we just went for it, man.
Right.
But I will say next week we got a pretty important episode coming up. So we have our very first episode was our top 10 PS4 games, the one I just told you not to listen to. And then a few episodes after that, we did our top Switch games, right? And we did our top Nintendo consoles. We were I think most of our lists had a lot of first party PlayStation games on them. And there's been a realization here that we have not spent a lot of time talking about Microsoft. So for our mission report next week, we will be discussing Halo Infinite, Microsoft Game Pass, pretty much anything having to do with Microsoft consoles, past, present, and future. Probably just past and present, but just what they mean to us, maybe our own histories with them and certain franchises.
It's their 20th anniversary for Xbox, so it's pretty monumental, I would say.
It's a big deal. Yeah, we're a little late to the party. I think there probably are other people out there with episodes out already about it, but I think it's a good time for it. I do think it's about time Microsoft got its due, and I have a lot to say about them personally, having myself being a late comer to Game Pass and putting it off for so long. I have opinions, man. I have opinions.
And we're both going to play through one of the best launch games in the history of time.
Shrek.
Yep,
absolutely. And Shrek Infinite.
Yeah,
we're gonna really push hard for Shrek Infinite. So hashtag Shrek Infinite, get it trending on Twitter, right? Like, where's its 20th anniversary, dude?
I bet there's a Shrek Infinite written down somewhere already.
I hope so. All right, guys. Well, as always, we hope you have a great week. Thanks for listening. Bye.
See ya.